So we're shifting out of a whole section kind of on parables, the parables of Jesus, and we're going into another little section that I'm just going to call 7, because our Jesus, my Jesus, your Jesus, said 7 things when he was crucified. So crucified doesn't technically mean that when he was killed. It means the moment those nails were pounded through probably his wrists, right here and here, and then through his feet. And then the Romans would have actually stood up that cross, and probably with ropes, they would have hoisted it up, and then it would have junk into that hole. And his body would have gone, so it's being crucified. That was the moment when it happened. And so from the time that those nails were being pounded in and that cross was stood up, Jesus said 7 things. And if the God of all the universe says 7 things as he is literally becoming the lamb that covers my sin and yours, then I think it's worth our time to sort of study and to look at. And so what I want to actually do today is take the first of his 7 last sayings, and we're going to look at each of those 7 last sayings, and the very final thing that he said, we'll look at on Easter morning, which is like 7 weeks from now, I think. Sound good? So this is out of Luke 23, but all of history, fulcrums, so a fulcrum, I mean, it's almost like a seesaw, but all of history has a fulcrum point on when Jesus went to that cross and died and then resurrected. And so I want to actually take a look at those sayings, and this first saying is, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they do. And I want to give Old Testament context, sort of broader context, and then I want to actually take the theology of it and then make it practical. So I'm going to get up in your mess a little bit today, okay? Does that sound good? So the idea is that you would actually interact with the Lord in the Bible. So we're going to go big picture. We're going to understand the context of what Jesus is saying when he says, Lord, forgive them. And then I'm going to go fiercely practical and attempt to meddle with the way you interact with neighbors and spouses and roommates and friends and other people, because I think this is so powerful. And in fact, for me, probably the very fulcrum point of Christianity rests on, Father, forgive them. It's this powerful thing. Every other faith, every other religion, if you will, is about cleaning up at some level the outside or modifying external behavior in such a way that I earn right standing with God. What's so transformative about faith in Jesus is it's actually about acknowledging that you're bankrupt and coming to him and going, Lord, forgive me, so that you can actually hear him go, you are forgiven. It's a total inverse. Christianity is the only faith, if you will, where God actually comes to earth in a restless and relentless pursuit of us as people. And you get to see this love of God and the pursuit of God and the sort of never stopping, never giving up. I'm coming after you. I'm chasing you down to find you and to rescue you. Whereas every other faith is about modifying external things so that you can please and earn your way into some paradise. Christianity actually is a totally lousy religion. Do you know that? I wouldn't even call it a religion. When I was in college, I started college in 99, and I spoke for a number of I was at UNCW, UNC Beach right over here, and I spoke for a number of the Christian groups on campus. And that freshman year, I had a professor who was a religion professor, and we were studying the Abrahamic religions. And so we were looking at all these different faiths and things. And he knew who I was, and he'd come after me every single day in front of everybody. I was like, oh my goodness, here we go again. I dreaded going to this class. But what I kept coming back to that he could not get his hands around is, Christianity is not a religion. It is not. It is a relationship with a holy God where he paid it all, and he's actually forgiven me and made me new, and I get to walk with him in a daily context so that when I'm driving down the street in my old beat-up Nissan pickup truck, I can go, Lord Jesus, and have a conversation with him.